Hello, beautiful collective. So I have a message today, and we haven't done a tarot message on this channel for a minute. So today feels like that day. It's the full moon. Whether you're watching it on the full moon or you're watching it after, it's still going to be relevant to you because of the big shifts that are taking place today. So this full moon is an initiation. It's moving us through the next timeline. It's moving us through our highest timeline. So when we can anchor this in and understand what's going on in front of us, it's going to help us move through this time a lot easier. So let's get into it. I have a couple cards that I'm going to tap into the Starseed Oracle deck. And we're going to feel into those first, and then we're going to move over to the tarot. So the first card that we see is the Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. Seeing potential and bringing unconscious to light. So as we are talking through this transition, what is taking place is our subconscious is our unconscious, our subconscious is meshing in with that consciousness. So we're becoming more aware of those things that are happening behind the scenes in our reality, and anchoring that in is such a great opportunity to allow us to learn more and gain more information during this time. And going into that, the next one we have is Star Keeper. Look at how beautiful that is. And it says, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. And this one I really loved. And it's seed that light by staying grounded. So when we're moving through the subconscious to the conscious, it can be easy to shift into that subconscious fluidity and the ability to believe in all of the realities that can take place in this world, right? And we're constantly shifting through dimensions and realities, but as a collective, we shifted up into our highest, reality, which I'm very excited about. But in order to do this properly, in order to shift properly, we have to have many of us grounding this into our reality. So be a light, be a starseed, be a beacon of hope by being grounded, by believing that this shift can bring something so beautiful into our reality. Don't stay up here and continue to dream all the time. Well, that's very beneficial. That's very important to get us to this step. But now we're here, anchor it in. It's here. It's here for you. This reality is here. The last one, baby steps, and it says action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. So there might be something in your reality that is kind of really irking you to do something, or fall into maybe your spiritual path a bit more, or shifting realities with your physical relationships or the job that you're in. Follow your intuition before it fully makes sense, and that'll make sense to you if it's right for you. Say hi to my little shell bell. So we're gonna put these away for now. We're gonna tap into the tarot. Tap into the tarot. All right. And thank you to all of those that are here. I hope you're receiving something from this message, but we'll get a little bit deeper. So Spirit, what is it that you desire for us to know in this time? What messages are coming forward? I mean, already today I keep getting that message on that second card of grounding and anchoring this new reality in, because it's going to be so much easier for us to shift into the next reality if we have so many of us on this team that are already anchoring in, that are already saying, I'm stable. Even though there's a lot of transformation, even though I might feel sick, or I might okay, let's go into that real quick. So with this transformation, we're moving through dimensions. So we're moving dimensionally, we're shifting through timelines, and we can get timeline sickness or dimension sickness, where you can, feel lightheaded, you can feel nauseous, you can feel dizzy, you can feel just like out of it in general. Maybe your body hurts, maybe you get random rashes on your face like I did, because your body is detoxing. My cat just meowed, so that must be confirmation. But we're going to tap into these cards as we're feeling into this shift and just seeing what realities are taking place here. What things we're learning. What do we need to understand? Sheldon. Hey, are you not being very nice with us? Sheldon. The first one we have is the Judgment card, and it was actually in reverse. So there is this energy of like this freedom this freedom that's taking place of like witnessing and watching Judgment Day come, right? We've been talking about Revelation taking place here, and we're coming into the last days of the revealing. But it's also in reverse, so it can also kind of feel like that's flipped on its head. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm like, the angel has this horn, right? This is so interesting that this is the first card that came up, because I really do think that this is the shift that's really going to move us through the revelations. It's going to move us through the kind of like the end days of this, this current reality, moving us into the new days of the new earth and just like beautiful new hope, which is interesting. This is NH and it means new hope. Okay, we're going to continue on here. Yeah, so as we continue this journey, what we're meant to be anchoring in as well is the connection between the masculine and the feminine. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but the feminine and the masculine, there is a shift in the poles, and the shift happened about a year ago with the shift in the poles. And what had also happened is then the feminine became kind of a bit more stronger in the collective. And this is something that cycles out throughout, a long time within life. We don't see it happening in our lifetime because we're only here around 100 years, but humanity constantly shifts through the feminine and the masculine. And at this point in our shift in reality, we're learning how to stabilize ourselves through these shifts. And it doesn't even have to be stereotypes towards the feminine and the masculine. It could be like chaotic energy versus stable energy. How can you move through that with ease? How can you move through dark and light? How can you move through highs and lows? There's a structure here. There is a fluidity in that structure that we're learning how to work with. We're learning how to navigate life through all of its complexities. And it's beautiful. We're learning to balance those two parts. And how do we balance? A lot of times it is just getting into that 0 point energy. This is the 0 point energy. That's the energy of kind of meditation, of humming, of creativity, of being in your freedom. When you're in your freedom, you're very accepting of whatever energy is coming forward. You don't need something specific, right? When you're not in your freedom, when you're in your deep structure, if something gets out of alignment, then you might freak out and have a lot of disturbance in your reality. But if you learn to flow, if you learn to come into 0 point energy and accept anything that's taking place in your reality, it's going to be very beautiful for you moving forward. And we also see the Ace of Pentacles here as we're creating new structures, new forms of reality, new relationships, new jobs, new building blocks, new trust is also being built within humanity is what I'm hearing. Let's see. Anything else here? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. For some, this could be feeling like hard work. This could feel like it's hard work, but in reality, what Spirit is wanting us to do is actually come into this point of ease. Just letting go of all of these burdens that you have been carrying, and you've been kind of hurting your back, it feels like. You've been carrying all of everyone else's, emotional, psychological distress in this reality. It's time for you to let that go. It is time for you to drop those sticks and say, it's time for me to rest. It is time for me to rest and really, really, truly focus on my own being at this time. And what's going to happen with that? We're going to get that emotional fulfillment that we've always desired. We're going to get that beautiful family, that beautiful homestead that you've always desired, right? We're going to get everything that we desire when you finally let go. Because there's something about receiving here. Letting go to receive. And we always think about this backwards. We always think, well, I have to do more to receive. But actually, Spirit is saying, no, listen, I want you to stop doing stuff. I want you to stop thinking that you need to do everything to receive, because unconditional love is your birthright. You deserve to get everything that you want just by existing. Because I want this land to be beautifully abundant in everything that it is. So we have to get into the mentality that abundance is always coming through us. But if you're in the mentality that you have to do all of this stuff to receive abundance, then abundance isn't natural to you. It's not your natural birthright. Or you've taken yourself away from that thing. Okay? So again, coming into ease is going to allow you to come into your natural birthright of abundance. And that's what Spirit is wanting for us right now as we shift into this next reality. And I mean, in general. But as we shift into this next reality, we're shifting into the new earth consciousness. Would you rather the earth that you live on be fluid with abundance, fluid with foods and beautiful animals and beautiful greenery all around you and harmony and community, rather than a community that focuses on working, focuses on the 9 to 5s? Okay, we're shifting out of that. We're coming into fluidity. We're coming into beautiful acceptance of Mother Nature. And so, like I said before, as we're shifting through the masculine and the feminine is coming more online. We're letting go of that deep structure, that need for the 9 to 5, the constant go, 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 go mentality that keeps us burnt out, that keeps our nervous system a little bit burnt, that keeps our adrenals overflowing with cortisol, right? We get addicted to that cortisol. We're moving away from that. We're coming into more fluidity. And what we have to do in this as well, when we come into the feminine, is we have to come back into nature. Because Mother Earth, she's a mother, she's feminine, and she is ready to counsel you back. She's ready to be your leader. She's ready to be your mother again. There's this big mother wound inside of us that we're healing right now. It's her. Come back to her. Listen to her. What we're also doing for a lot of you as well is you're moving out of toxicity in your food. There's a reason for that. We're coming back to Mother Earth. We're realizing, oh wait, I'm very sensitive to this stuff actually. And I didn't realize that. I've just been numbed out by reality that I didn't even realize that the food that I was eating was poisoning me. Coming back to Mother Earth reality. Okay, let's see, what else do we have coming forward here? Spirit, what do you want to show us? What else? Yeah. So we're also moving out. We're moving out of saying that we have anxiety and depression. We're moving out of continually labeling ourselves with disorders. And we're coming into the freedom of letting go. Okay? So what they're saying here is like, no longer label yourself with these illnesses, but how do I explain this? But like, give it to God in a way. Okay? So like, you might have bouts of anxiety, you might have bouts of depression, but if you keep yourself labeled to a certain identity, to a certain illness, then that'll continue to be who you think you are. They're saying get out of that mentality. They're saying get away from the way that the system told you that you were. Okay? Why is there so much big pharma? Why is everyone taking SSRIs? Brainwashing is taking place in this old reality, but we're moving through that and we're saying, okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. And no shame to you if you're taking SSRIs, but maybe you look at that a little bit differently. That's all I gotta say on that. Yeah, and they're continuing this, saying get out of that mind trap that you've put yourself in. Get out of that physical trap that you put yourself in. If you want to make your body healthier, go do something. You have the ability, you have the free will to untrap yourself from the reality that you're in now. You have free will. This mental and physical trap that you've been put in, you can get out of it. You just have to change your perspective. You have to realize that that opening is within you. That it's not, the government's not going to tell you what to do. Other people around you isn't going to tell you what to do. You have to be the one to tell you what to do. You have to be the one to listen to your own mind, body, and soul. Say, okay, it's time for me to move out of this stagnancy that I've been held in for so long. That I've been waiting for a savior to come in and change my reality. Baby, that's you. That's you. You have God within you. You have the divine flowing through you. You have the divine flowing through your heartbeat at every single moment of time. You always have a savior within you. Lean into it. Feel it. Love it. Honor it. Don't escape. Don't escape it. Don't keep running away from your own shadows or your own wounds. This is a time more than ever to self-reflect and let go of the past. To let go of those old cycles that you've been waiting, pushing off. You're like, I don't want to deal with that yet. For many, I'm feeling it like to be like consistently choosing your body instead of choosing like serotonin, if that makes sense. So like instead of maybe eating something that you know isn't good for you, maybe choosing something else. Or instead of sitting on your phone and scrolling all day and feeling guilty about not working out, maybe just go work out. And for many of you, that might already be the case. But for some, this might be a wake-up call to say, actually do that thing. Set attention to something and go do it. You're going to start new patterns, new paths, new pathways. And what's that going to do? That's going to create a very, very, very sturdy foundation for you in the new world. This is going to be grounding the new world into your reality, and you're going to be already living it, and you're just going to usher everyone else in around you. You're going to be bringing everyone in around you with your magnetic energy. Okay? It's very beautiful, very beautiful, very beautiful. Tianawa ashkaradana. For some of you, you might be leaving maybe some sort of friendship, relationship in your life, maybe a place that you're living, maybe you're going to adventure. For some of you, you're not. Take what resonates, leave the rest. For some of you, though, you might be very emotional during this time, or you can feel that there might be a lot of movement in the body, and this is what I'm talking about, the nausea as well, with the dimension sickness. This is, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of emotional centers, the Queen of that nausea. So tune into your body, and this is what I keep feeling, is just tune into your body and listen to your body. Be the own queen and king that rules over your body. Your body is a temple. Continue to remember that your body is a temple. Treat it like it is a temple. You deserve to feel that way. You deserve to be treated in that beautiful light. Ashe. 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 All right, let's see one more card, Spirit. Bring us one more card before we close out. So we were talking about the feminine leading, and then we had the Queen of Cups, and we also, the last one here is the Queen of Pentacles. So what is this energy? This is the energy of letting things come to you with ease. Letting things flow to you with that feminine ease of knowing that you deserve everything that you're a receiver. You receive the blessings that want to come into your life. You don't need to do all of this stuff to get these blessings to come in, but you work within and you say, I know that I deserve them because I'm a child of God. Because I'm a child of the light. I'm a child of the new earth, the child of the kingdom of God. Okay? So when you can anchor in this beautiful divine feminine energy, and when you can really start to flow and bring and come into this neutrality between the feminine and the masculine, that's when you're really going to be receiving those emotional fulfillments, emotional blessings, and you're going to start, where's the other card? The Ace of Pentacles. You're going to start to receive more into your reality. So allow yourself to be in the receptive energy, okay? All right, beautiful. All right, that's the message for today. Receive. Listen, be guided, and ground. It is such a beautiful time right now to be alive, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. I hope you received something from this message. Comment down below if you did, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Mwah.